So I'll be showing you how to change the stereo system, or at least how I changed the stereo system on my 2005 Mitsubishi Colt. This Colt was the automatic version, so there's no center console between the two front seats. So first I popped open the top panel. Now this is quite hard to get into. I used my bare hands, though using a tool would be a good idea, not a metal tool like a screwdriver, because that will definitely damage the plastics. I slowly pulled them all up bit by bit. I did end up breaking 2 of the clips, but because most of the other clips were intact. From here there are 3 screws at the top, one holding the main center stack and one holding each of the silver side pieces. I undid all of them and slowly pulled the silver pieces, careful not to hold the pull from the top and nothing else, otherwise it'll snap. Try and just pull the top a little bit and then feed the rest of it like you can see there. Once the silver pieces on the side are removed, you can see the Phillips head screws holding the whole unit in. Undo all of them that are holding the main center stack. Now I went all the way to the bottom where the cigarette lighter and ashtray are. I don't think you need to do that, but it does make the job easier as there is a slight lip on the top center stack. After undoing all of them, I wiggled the front panels out. Now the air conditioning unit is secured again to the front panel, so I undid those with 2 different Phillips head screws, and then from there you have to remove the air conditioning knobs that are holding the unit in place right here. This will separate the front panel from the rest of it. Voila! Be careful on the top, as the hazard light is still attached. Here you unplug it and away you go. From there you've got 4 Phillips head screws holding the bracket for the stereo system in, as well as a size 10 socket that is located slightly sunken in the top left of the unit. Now to get to the right Phillips head screw, I had to put the car in neutral as the automatic gear lever was in the way. See here. And as you see in the top left, there is a size 10 that you'll need a bit of an extension to get to. Once you remove that, be careful and you can slowly pull it out. There are 2 cables attaching to the unit, a antenna and the main cable. Now here's where I installed the hands-free microphone through the steering wheel, and then just fed it into the section where the head unit sits, so that it can plug into the rear of my new head unit. My new head unit is a JVC. Now I used Aerpro adapters to convert the Mitsubishi plug into a standard ISO 2 output plug, and I also used the Aerpro adapter to connect the JVC unit over. Here I was just cleaning up the long cable for the microphone, and then I cable tied it all together. There are 2 screws holding each side of the adapters onto the brackets onto the stereo. Now on the new stereo I could only attach 1 screw on each side because they weren't completely level. I guess the best way to do it is to drill new holes. So this is the Aerpro ISO adapter for Mitsubishi APP0111, and this is the one with the JVC. Now Aerpro do make adapters for different head units. This one may not be the right one for your head unit. Please keep that in mind. So just plug those 2 into each other. I grab the microphone for the hands-free kit and plug that in. and the antenna. Now, I did make a mistake here where the power was still attached to the car. Best is not to have the car in accessories mode. I forgot about that when I moved the car into neutral. Here you can see the unit is all powered up and working. Make sure you pull the hazard light cable out in case it gets stuck in there. Make sure it's accessible when you put the front panel back on. And place the brackets to the aligned holes and rescrew all four Phillips heads in, and as well as the 10mm bolt. For my JVC head unit, I didn't have to modify the fascia border that closes the gaps between the front panel of the factory unit. It was a tight squeeze, but that may be different for your head unit. Just make sure that your head unit's working all fine. Once you've done that, it's just time to reassemble everything in the backwards method of which you disassembled it. Here is where I cleaned the hard to reach spaces in the cup holders while I had the fascia off. It's a good idea since there's a lot of gunk build up there.